Okay, so this is another J. Cole collab, which is Burna Boy off of Burna Boy's album. I told him. Which, okay, let me say that if you don't know who Burna Boy and J. Cole, don't know who Burna Boy and J. Cole is, this is gonna be an interesting episode. And I say this because in my former episode, I talked about J. Cole and Gucci. And so Burna Boy and J. Cole on a song called Thanks it's a unique song, I think, by a lot of means. It's definitely unique. I don't know. I don't know. So we're gonna compare. We're really truly gonna compare and just see what the differences are, if that makes sense. I think that's strictly what I'm gonna say from this. So let me give some background before we get into it, because I think a lot of people will say, I don't know exactly who Burna Boy is. Burna Boy is a Nigerian artist. He's done not a lot of music. I think one of his most famous albums is Twice as Tall, from what I can remember, and I think one of his like popular songs, him being a Nigerian artist, and why I remember Burna Boy was like to Party, which was a song that came out in, was it 2013? It's been a while, but I think that's the song I remember him coming out to fame too. I'm not entirely sure if that's entirely true, but that's how I remember him in 2013. He got signed to somebody. He got signed to, was it Atlantic Records? Yeah, Atlantic Records, and Atlantic Records has what, Warner Brother Music Group as their uh internal. Yeah, I think it's in there. Their international, right, is Warner, right? Because Drake was signed to. Yeah, I think their international group is Warner. I think it's music. I think it's Warner. And J. Cole, for the most part, is best known for 2014 Forest Hill Drive, Middle Child, Darling in a Dream, the first, second, and third, but also best known for his recent project, The Off Season, which I think is gonna lead to a lot of these being the way that it is. And this is the introduction to like what we get. Like the first verse we get, the first part of the song we get is "Finish Him," right? So and to me, I thought, okay, this is gonna be a diss track. This is more of who has a better verse, kind of like, hey, we're gonna make a song, but we're gonna get like a competitive verse, right? Competitive verse by, I think, J. Cole and Burna Boy, and I think to some extent that's what we truly got. I don't think it was. And so this is the thing. And um, do a lot of different collaborations. She's gonna do a lot of different collaborations before the off season. And I think we got that. I think we're getting I think we're getting that. I think we're getting this J. Cole air before he drops the off season, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So let me this verse by Burna Boy is this is the this I've heard the lyric I can't, the song I can't remember, but it's this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get for making people proud every chance I get. It's okay. I get Cold World, which is leading to J. Cole because he calls himself J. Cole, the Cold World. Um, and it led him to get this Cold World verse. And I think if that's the case, be that person that showed up. It's Okay, and I do have to say he started giving Afrofusion. Burna Boy started giving Afrofusion more like plays, especially more like mainstream plays. I think he's more the like yeah, he gave more of the blueprint away so that Afro fusion to me, and I could be wrong, but Afro fusion wasn't as popular before Burna Boy, and I don't know the roots. We could argue in an episode, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna do a whole other episode where I just do thinking of Afro fusion, and it's definitely a weirder verse. Like it's and it says to be people who don't fear God, and I don't know what do you think He created hell for, which is he says mankind so jealous, and I think this is talking on a lot of different topics, right? We're just as mankind is just so jealous. It's it's weird, and it's true. This line where he says you've never heard them say I fell love. I don't think the conversation of Burna Boy has always been when is Burna Boy gonna release another album, or when is he gonna make another like mainstream music? It's never been is he gonna fall off, and so him saying that is true to some extent. And I don't necessarily know if that's a bad thing. And this is what I love this J Cole verse over this Gucci. I love this J Cole verse over this Gucci verse. This verse right here is crazy. He says me, Burna and me, right, running this for an eternity. They have been running the music century for what feels like an eternity. J Cole, Drake, Kendrick have run it for we'll say 2-3 decades. We'll go 2. We'll go 2 decades, right? And Burna Boy has been running for at least two, right? And he says, we fathered a couple of styles. I'm taking paternity leave permanently, which I don't know if this is him hinting that he's dropping the fallout, or is he taking 9 months off? If he's taking 9 months off, this means that fallout is coming soon, right? Because that means he's taking paternity leave, and then is J Cole getting It's a Boy? This is what I wonder, and I heard this like, does this mean that It's a Boy is coming out in 9 months? Because if that's the case, we're getting the fallout closer than we expected. But this line's gonna fall under a lot of people's head. He said we fathered a couple styles. Burna Boy, Afrofusion, J Cole, this lyrical storytelling. They fathered it. It's unique. It's Dreamville. It's somewhat true. They hate now, but this line is it's a steady line. Say, Mrs. It's like I'm learning how to read and sounding it out. Taking my time, counting it slowly dust collecting on the rolling. The beat is holy. The beat is holy, and this is this is the line though. And I don't know if a lot of people, because a lot of people may not know. Like this is, I don't know if people know. Like this it says Alex Foley. I don't know if he's talking about the fiction. He says he says it's collecting. He says it's collecting. It's feeling like Alex Fold, and I don't know if he's talking about Alex Fold, the one where Eddie Murphy played the fictional. I don't know if he was supposed to be. He's supposed to be protagonist in the Beverly Hills Cop, right? In the Beverly Hills Cop franchise, right? But it's like I've seen it a few times, and I can't tell what exactly he was supposed to do, right? And he's charming to a certain extent. He's somewhat clever, but I don't know. Like he's supposed to be a cop, but I don't know if he's supposed to be like the Departed kind of cop, but he's just funny, right? He says Cole and Burna like Shaq and Kobe, where they just winning a ring. They're gonna repeat and three peak. This is if they're gonna do it in a three piece. If they're gonna do it in a three piece, are we expecting more J Cole and Burna? Because we have one. Are we getting two more? Because if that's the case, I think this would be great, right? Because if they're gonna do the Shaq and Kobe reference, you gotta have the whole that Shaq and Kobe. You gonna have to add that Shaq and Kobe reference. If you don't, it's not gonna feel the same. Them nerds hate. They see geek. That's a clever line. They see geek. Get paid for phrases. I don't even believe in free speech. Oh, that's clever. Because every verse that J. Cole does, he gets paid, right? Like, that's a clever line. And to this, I think he says he doesn't believe in free speech because everything he says, he gets paid. Oh, that line is clever by J. Cole. That, I said it, I mean it, no takebacks. Like, he's true to what he says in his lyrics, and he doesn't take it back. This is the Cole that I do like. He says, I said what I said, I mean it, no takebacks. And I say what I say, and no free speech. I don't even need receipts. Please miss with that PC culture. Well, he says PC, and I think he means PC culture, which is hilarious to me, right? Because it's kind of that competitive. I'll be in NYC on a bike with the hoodie up, like I'm ET, which is this is that clever wordplay that I love from J. Cole, because it's true. Like, these rappers ain't me. I'm knee deep in concrete. He will always have a foot in hip hop. Like, it's very hard to say I'm not gonna give. It's very hard for you to say that you don't know, like, J. Cole's impact on hip hop and Burna Boy's impact on Afro beats and Afro fusion. It's very hard to say you don't see Burna Boy's impact, because he has been getting a lot of play recently where people are like, hey, you got if you're a new Burna Boy. So I love this competitive nature of both of these artists. So to give this song truthfully what I think it deserves, definitely an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go 8. I'll go 7 out of 10. Like, it's clever. It's up there. I think I think J. Cole should have had 2 verses, and I think Burna Boy should have had 2 verses a piece. But it's a solid made track, which makes me want to check out this Burna Boy album, which I'm adding to the album track list of albums I have to get through before the year ends. So that's always fun to hear. This has been a Royalist King CJ Music Podcast, and I hope you enjoy. And I hope you can check out the other episodes that I put out today. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I want to know, which J. Cole verse do you feel is better?